All right, we are back. It's time for the end of day report with yours truly, Dex, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the infamous six pack. If you are parched, if you are thirsty, if you are in need of refreshment, you need to come over to PulseWaveTrading.com. Get yourself a six pack. You can start trading with us, break bread with us for as little as $69 a month. What are you waiting for? You know you need that secondary income stream so you can pay your bills because you know they're coming for your jobs. All right, so today was an extremely non-eventful day, just as I anticipated. Not too much going on at all. Very quiet markets, insanely quiet. But then the closing bell rang. And when that happened, wow. The president started talking, had that press conference, and he was talking real slick. And the markets was like, that's what I'm talking about. The Dow futures exploded up 800 points. Enormous run. All right. Pulse waves are already out. And then, boom, this comes. So, what does this mean? Well, you know, tomorrow's Take Back Friday. When the market's been down all week, you can expect a rally on Friday, right? As people are taking profit from shorts and or some bullish individuals are coming in and try to pile on to this situation. Now, I don't know where things are going to go. All I look at is where the market closes. Tomorrow is still Friday. I know it's a shortened trading week, but it's still a Friday, and the Friday rules apply. Markets need to close at a certain point, at a certain place, in a certain way, or it opens up the door of disaster for the following day, being Sunday night, Monday morning. All right, so the markets do not get a pass. They still have to perform. They have to produce. Failure to do so is potentially catastrophic. All right, so what really happened? A lot of things happened. President said a lot of things. For one, he says guidelines would allow some states to reopen tomorrow. Some states opening tomorrow. All right. That's some stuff right there. That's some real stuff right there, man. All right. So they're trying to say the bull is back, the market is back, you know, the economy is back. All right. So President Trump definitely hasn't shielded away from rambling tonight, though he's already remained pretty poised in the face of some pretty tough questioning. But one thing he said is that he believes there are about 29 states that he expects will reopen, quote unquote, soon, though he refused to name those states. All right. When the time comes, it'll be up to the governors, Trump said. All right. So that's his quote. You know, he's not really getting up in there and breaking off you any information. But let's break down some other news. So Facebook fact checker worked at Wuhan Biolab, ruled out virus leak while debunking articles. A Facebook fact checker who has debunked articles suggesting that COVID-19 may have leaked from the Wuhan Institute of Virology has a giant conflict of interest. She worked at the institute, which is now suspected of accidentally or on purpose leaking the hypervirulent virus, which has killed over 130,000 people and cast the global economy into chaos. Dr. Danielle Anderson, assistant professor, emerging infectious diseases program. All right. She worked at Duke University's NUS Medical School lab in Singapore, also contributes to the science feedback, which Facebook has been using to slap false information labels on articles claiming that COVID-19 may have originated in the Wuhan Institute, where Anderson worked with bat coronavirus. With bat coronavirus. Bat coronavirus. A quick search of Anderson's publications reveals no fewer than 9 collaborations with Dr. Peng Zhu, a Wuhan scientist experimenting on bat coronavirus. Bat coronavirus. The mention of whom may result in a Twitter ban. To use his name. Wow. 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 Anderson has been adamant that the lab adheres to the highest standards of safety and that COVID-19 simply couldn't have accidentally been leaked by her colleagues. I have worked in the exact laboratory at various times for the past 2 years, mind you. I can personally attest to the strict control and containment measures implemented while working there. Anderson writes in one such debunking of a New York Post article that claims China is having a problem keeping dangerous pathogens in test tubes where they belong, while science feedback casts doubt on the Post's claim that evidence points to SARS-CoV-2 research being carried out at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, except they were carrying out SARS-CoV-2 research at the exact lab, according to new reports in the Wall Street Journal, the Daily Mail, and Fox News. An April 9th report in the journal reveals that COVID-19 is genetically identical to a coronavirus found in a horseshoe bat collected by hazmat-clad scientists from the Institute of Virology and wait for it, Wuhan. Good grief. While a Wednesday report from the Fox News reveals that COVID-19 leaked from the Wuhan Institute of Virology and that patient 0 was an employee who became infected. Patient 0 was an employee who became infected. Employee became infected. Before spreading it throughout the community, according to multiple sources who have been briefed on the details. And while Anderson was busy covering for her corona lab mates with Facebook debunkings implicating the WIV, she went on national television to explain that the virus could have only come from outside the lab. Anderson further peddled the now debunked wet market theory in a paper she co-wrote in The Lancet, which reads, quote, while recognizing the tremendous effort by the China CDC team in the early response to the 2019 nCoV outbreak, the small number of team members trained in animal health was probably one of the reasons for the delay in identifying an intermediate animals, which is likely to have caused the spread of the virus in a region of the market where wildlife animals were traded and subsequently found to be heavily contaminated. Unfortunately, what animal or animals was involved in the transmission remains unknown, end quote. Any suggestions to the contrary is now deemed false information by Facebook, thanks to the highly conflicted Danielle Anderson and crew over at Science Facebook. Whoa. I have to tell you, folks, You can't make this stuff up. All right. Breaking news is exactly what it's called. Breaking news. All right. So that was a nice little intro expose into what is going down regarding this whole pandemic farce. All right. So the next thing you're going to want to know is, where does that leave us? What are we doing? Where are we going from here? Heck if I know. But I know where to go to get that information. Gotta go to the algo charts. Yeah. Gotta peep them charts if you really want to know what's going on in the world, because I have to tell you, man, it can be almost impossible to try to decode or debunk all this conflicting data that comes out from day to day. They really go into extreme lengths to cover up and cover their tracks. And then if you question anything about it, they call you a conspiracy nut. And then they want to delete you from social media, taking away your voice. And I think that is wrong. I think that is, um, one of those deliberate um, tactics that they use. And to me, it's really by doing so an admission of guilt, because you don't want there to be debate on the subject. So you have to stifle out any dissension, any dissenting voices, anyone who may um, be an influencer or have any type of major influence. You want to marginalize and silence those individuals. And that is not how the free market of ideas works. All right. And then they always want to claim, whenever you back them into a corner, they always want to claim national security. That's their go-to. Once you've exposed them, national security, national security, classified, national security, and ain't nothing classified about it. It's just something that they know they can hide behind if they need to. And that's where we are right now. That's where we live in this day and age, folks. All right. So here we go. All right. Let's see here. I will drop a link to the article in the chat. How about that? There you go. All right. Now, with that said, let's take a look at these charts, shall we? Let's go to the charts. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the most algo charts of them all? All right, so the first one we're going to go to, there's no particular order. We're just going to go through these. All right, so this is Litecoin. As you can see, Litecoin woke up today. As you can see, it was just been lethargic in sleep, and it woke up, and now we have a primary rally alert for tomorrow, and rightfully so. The market should rally. I think it's going to try to get up to this trend line resistance. This whole area from the tip of this Kumo cloud to the trend line right here is a strong, powerful mark of resistance, folks, okay? If you're long the Litecoin, go ahead and enjoy yourself. If you got long, with today's report, that's fine. Just manage your trade, okay? Watch those stops in this overnight market. We don't know how crazy it could get, especially with these news pieces coming out like the one I just read to you. All right, taking a look now at the next chart. This here is Ethereum. All right, so we went from Litecoin to Ethereum. Ethereum is a little bit stronger than the Litecoin today. We've come off of that bearish weekly trend momentum signal. We're still in the time bomb phase, but the market's trying to muster up something. We got a primary rally alert, so this one could still make a run for the bottom of the Kumo cloud here. So this is normally something that you definitely would like to see. Now, I'm expecting a continuation pattern into tomorrow for Ethereum. Taking a look at the Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin has a primary rally alert now as well, but it hasn't gotten quite up to that, back up to that trend line resistance, which is sitting around that 7,500 mark. All right, so we're still in the resistance zone of 7,000 to 7,500 in Bitcoin. All right, so far the composite index has gotten up to 72.35 tonight. Okay, so it's getting close, but this is a strong resistance point also right now. All right, and we still are under the weekly bearish trend momentum reading for Bitcoin. All right, so here is the going over the forex now. Here's the Kiwi, the New Zealand dollar. As remember now, yesterday we had that primary crash alert. Today we got the manifestation of the crash alert. Market did pull back today. All right, so you got to keep your eye on this one. It's threatening to roll over and fall off the cliff. And we got the beginning stages of a weekly bearish momentum. So you got to watch that Kiwi, all right? Watch that New Zealand dollar very closely for more downside potential. Moving over here to the Japanese yen. Japanese yen is still in the downward spiral. It's looking, trying to find support at the top of the Kumo cloud here. It looks like it's going to find it. Possible sideways movement. But we do have the bearish weekly trend momentum that is now extended itself into the fray. So I'm looking for continuation of sideways to slightly, to lower prices here in the short term, because the momentum is down and we're still in a nice downtrend, but we have ceased falling lower, but we could be breaking support here soon. So you got to watch on the dollar yen. All right, looking here at the pound sterling now. Pound sterling's also coming off of that primary crash alert from the other day, and the market is threatening to pull back. It has a lot of room to fall here. All right, so we're looking at falling back to at least 120 possibly. All right, so we're going to look, and we just came off of that weekly bullish trend momentum. So we don't have one. We have to see if is it going to relock back in, or is it going to start a downward spiral, of which we'll get a bearish weekly trend momentum reading. So we'll wait to see which way the sterling wants to go. All right, here's the euro dollar. Euro dollar is going up the trend channel here, but your momentum is looking like it's about to fall off. Market is really having a problem with the overhead trend line resistance. It's really causing a problem for the euro. It's having a tough time getting closes above that. So it's looking like we could go lower here. It's looking like it's running out of that bullish momentum, that steam that it needs. So we're just going to have to watch this one. Right now, it's still in the upward channel, but the channel seems to be losing some momentum here. So this is threatening to roll over and fall off the cliff as well. But you're still under the bullish weekly trend momentum reading. So that could keep it afloat for a little while longer. We'll see how these markets close tomorrow. All right, looking at the Canadian dollar. All right, so as you can see here on the Canadian dollar, we got the beginning stages of a bullish weekly trend momentum reading. But we're still in this downtrend channel. So we tested the upper end of the channel, but we'll see if we're going to give it another go tonight. Momentum is up. So it could do something here. We are coming off the back of that primary rally alert from the other day. So it's looking like the market wants to continue to push forward here. So it's going to be important to see what happens on the Canadian, especially with crude oil. We've now officially rolled over to the June contract, folks. All right. So we've gone from a $20 a barrel contract to a $26 a barrel contract. Currently, the market's up $1.02, trading at $26.55 on the crude oil. This could be a boon for the Canadian dollar. This could help this market to rally and to run. All right. So I would say right now it's looking like it wants to give it a go. You got the momentum there for you and everything you need to see this thing pop. All right. So with your Aussie, looking at the Australian dollar, As you can see here, primary crash alert. Market looked like it was going to do something today, and it came back, but then again, it stopped short of breaking out above the overhead trend line resistance. This right here is proven to be a very tough level for this market. We'll see if it can muster up enough energy to power above it, because right now the momentum has come off. It's really going to need to try to turn things around here for tomorrow. All right, taking a look at the bond market. Looking at TLT, we got bullish weekly trend momentum. Market's trying to start breaking out again. All right, still in a bull market, bullish momentum. Basically, all this market needs to do for tomorrow is close above $167.13, and you're in the game. You open up the window for more rallying into next week. So we're starting to see the possibility again of seeing a bullish bond with a possibly beginning to be bullish stock market. So it's not uncommon for these to rally together ever since the Fed broke this market. So this is what you got to look forward to in this brave new world. Taking a look at the Russell futures. All right, so you see here how the Russell disappointed me. It filled me long today. Didn't stop me out. I'm still holding that long position in the Russell, but it let me down like it was going to continue to drop, but it just stopped short of that. So the system was right in calling that. The system was not calling for a short today. It was literally calling for a long. So I guess it was anticipating that this day would be a day of support, because even as we speak now and after our markets, the Russell's trading at 1226.5, and we got a close of 1173.9. So already the market has, powered up, immensely. So we're already starting to break out in this market. All right. So we close with the momentum facing down. I guarantee you this is going to be up as of tomorrow. All this market needs to do to maintain this, though, we need a solid close above 1190.6 in the Russell. That's all the market needs, and it will maintain a bullish outlook into next week. All right, here's crude oil. Remember I said we were going to lay low and not do nothing in this one until contract rollover. Well, guess what? We rolled over today. As of right now, for Friday's trading, we are now trading the June front month in the crude oil futures, okay? So we're June month. Don't forget that. So this market closing at $19.87 for the May contract. Don't matter. Tomorrow we're going to have new prices. Then they're going to be way up here. All right. That's not a gap. All right. So just understand, in this particular futures contract, that's not going to be a gap. That's going to be contract rollover. All right. So doesn't mean that the market can't come down and retest this price, but it just means that, the front month is up here. All right. So as of right now, though, market's still in a bearish pattern. That's still only going to put the market right here. It's not going to put it way up here. So it's still going to be in a bear market, all things considered. All right. So I won't be knowing what I'm going to do until crude oil closes tomorrow. And then I'll let me know what I'm going to do possibly Sunday. Sometimes it takes about a day or two for the market to decide how it's going to move. Because when you get contract rollover, you got all that open interest moving over to another contract, and that can push prices around a little bit. So it may take a day or two to settle. I may not be able to get into the crude oil futures contract the way I want until possibly Monday or Tuesday. But that's why I decided to put tickets on for the USO, because it doesn't have to worry about those things. And I did not get a fill in the USO, but I still got an open ticket. So I will take advantage of that. If we get a nice pop in oil, then I should get a fill in the USO. All right. I did get filled in the DXD, and that one is not going very well. I took a very small position because I just wanted to see, test the waters a little bit, testing the market to see just how weak or strong it was. So it came up and triggered me long, and I'm going to get stopped out of that. That's no doubt. I was even considering getting out of it in the extended hours trading, but I'll let it do what it's going to do for now. It is what it is. it doesn't matter because I'm still holding the long futures contract, so I'm all right. I'm not worried about it. All right, so back. This is OIH. Okay, so the OIH, it's going to get a lift with the contract rollover as well if the price keeps on heading north. This bearish weekly trend momentum should drop off in the next couple of bars, and then we should start to see that momentum shift upward. So this is an interesting time to see how things go with the oil. All right, so here's your NASDAQ 100. It is breaking out. All right, it's still in that time bomb. We still don't have a trend yet. We just have an uptrend channel, but the market is not trending. We're still in a bearish complexion. Your trend lines are threatening to turn up and crowns. Remember how I showed you that? How I said it's a very rare situation where your lines will do this and consolidate, and then for it to go down. Normally, it acts like a curve thing where it comes and they smooth out and then it turns up. And that's exactly how this is playing out. It's like I told you in the other video. This is what this does. So it's starting to look that way. Now we do have resistance around that 9,000 to 9,100 for the Nasdaq 100. All right, so we're at 89.98 right now. I'm sorry, we're at 88.99. So okay, now we just hit 89 even. So we're 89 even on the Nasdaq 100. Okay, so this is a nice pop up from where it's settled. And we got this overhead resistance that we got to think about. So you may have another day or two of rally before the market starts to hit its head on the bottom of this Kumo cloud. Yeah, your bullish weekly trend momentum is extending further out, but like I said, we're coming up upon the bottom of a Kumo cloud, and that is concerning right now. E-mini S&P 500, it just can't stay above that overhead resistance, man. We need a positive close above the trend line resistance, and we're just not getting that. E-mini S&P tomorrow needs to close above 27.60 and 3/4. If it does not, which it looks like it probably will, then we open the door for further rallying into next week, starting Sunday night. All right, taking a look here at the silver futures now. I see your comment on the IWM. Yeah, the IWM is going to have the same analysis as the Russell futures. So if you're long the IWM from today and you're still in it, then you're looking good so far right now because the Russell is up 55.8 points in the overnight market. All right. As long as the market stays up, you should be good and be in a position after tomorrow's open to move your stop, lock in some profit, or worst case scenario, at least move it to break even, where you'll be playing with the house's money at that point. All right, so silver futures, again, overhead resistance is proven to be tough. We're still under the auspices of the primary crash alert for the metals. Remember, we get 3 to 5 days out. So this is just, day one. And, in the overnight markets, we don't know what can happen. We got an extended weekly bullish trend momentum ahead of us. So we'll see what happens. All right, this is the gold futures. Gold futures, as you know, was way more bullish than silver. Right now, we got that primary crash alert, and the market is starting to give way to the crash alert, even though we got that extended bullish weekly trend momentum. All we need is probably one more down day, and then this will probably drop off, and we'll be looking at a possible bearish one. So momentum is coming off. It hasn't dropped negative yet, but it has come off. Momentum is obviously off. If it drops further, then we'll know. But for right now, this is still in a bull market. We got the bull still intact, but we could be seeing, just some more sideways to lower prices, just a little bit because of the dollar. Right now, the dollar is getting a little weak. So that should help commodities in general. But because gold is both a currency and a commodity, it's a little mixed bag. So we'll see. As long as the dollar shows any signs of pulling back in weakness, this right here should be, any pullback should be limited. and the gold. So gold, technically speaking, is still a long position, but just beware of the momentum kind of dropping off a little bit. All right, here's the dollar index, okay? Negative momentum, corrective state, extending out, weekly bearish trend momentum here. I think the bounce that we saw is just setting up for the next leg down on this one, as it's, as the market is having problems, with par, having a real tough go at it. We're staying above par. Tomorrow, the dollar needs to close above 99.47 if it's going to maintain a bullish outlook for next week and have a possible resurgence above par. All right. And one more for my fellow Russian, my man who's in that Russell. Let's pull up that IWM for you. All right. So just so you can see what I was telling you, how the math is not any different. Oh, stop. I didn't mean to pull up all that other stuff. All right, so let me do this. Let me find your IWM real quick. All right, here we go. All right. See, it has the same makeup as my Russell futures. IWM is not a 3x ETF, so it's going to track with the Russell pretty good. So you're ending the same way mine did with that negative momentum there. You had the time bomb. All things being equal, the market probably would have, pulled back a little bit more. But right now in the overnight market, this thing is going to open up here. All right, so right now in the overnight market, your IWM, okay, we closed at 116.91 on the IWM. Currently in the overnight market, it's at 122.65 and 122.80 respectively. So it is up here. All right, so you're good on your Russell, man. You're good on your Russell. All right, so that's it, folks. That's all we got, man. That is all we got for right now. So with that being said, man, it's been a very shortened trading week because of the holiday and everything, which is what we expected coming into it. All right, so we say uranium has been popping. I don't know. Let me see if I even have that set up in my programmed in my charts. I may not have it pre-programmed. If I don't be mad at me. I'll just have to make a note to add it. Hold on, let me see. Uranium. Now I got palladium and I got platinum, but I do not have uranium in here. Let me check I was looking at the spot, so let me look in the futures now and see if I have it. That's not something people normally trade, believe it or not. It's a thin market. Yeah, I don't have it programmed. Let me just see something real quick. Just give me a second. Okay, I have yeah, it's not, uranium's not something you can trade on the futures market. So I don't have that, but what I do have is I'll show you what I have. I'll show you what I have. To show you what I got. Give me just a second. I think this is an ETF. You can correct me if I'm wrong. All right, here's the symbol is UEC. It says uranium energy. All right. I don't know if that's a stock or ETF or what. But it's a penny stock right now because it's trading at like 77 cents. So, and as you can see here, this thing, it looks like almost like the Dow a little bit or the NASDAQ. It got above the Kumo cloud and then it just gave up the ghost, and it's coming off of a primary crash alert. We're inside the Kumo cloud on this close, and this is looking like it has further to drop. We are at the ticking time bomb. We're not trending. The momentum popped up, which got it up in the cloud. So you do have an extended weekly bullish trend momentum reading, which could help stave off further decline. So we could just float here and consolidate for a couple of bars for anyone that's in this. This is a penny stock, so it's not something that I would ever short regardless. It's a penny stock. Penny stocks are meant just to be bought. You know, there's speculative plays. You don't short a penny stock unless you're insane, because anything can happen, and you think you shorted it at 80 cents. All you can make is pennies. The lowest it can go is 0. So if it goes from 80 to 0, okay, that's all you can make. But your risk is to the upside, because if you shorted at 80 cents, what if it opens up tomorrow at $80? And you thought you was doing something because you shorted it. You shorted like 10,000 shares at 80 cents, thinking it was gonna go to 0 or something. And then it opens up at $80. You will be destroyed. You got 1,000 shares and it's up 80 and it went up to $80. Are you kidding me? 8,000 points against you. Yeah, that's called unlimited loss. All right. That's why you got to be careful in how you trade and what instruments you trade. Anything that has to do with penny stocks, we never short penny stocks. All right. Unless there is some kind of viable options market that it has, then you can buy puts all you want, but you don't short a penny stock. All right. All right, man. So that's all I got, man. That's all I got on this one. Sorry about that. All right, so I will see the rest of everybody tomorrow morning in the pre-market pulse scan, and everyone else I'll see in the trading room. I would love to see everybody in the trading room. So come on over. You can open up a free account and get some goodies that we offer to you for free, just for coming over there and kicking it with us. And once you're serious and you really want to get in here and start breaking bread with us, you open up that account, man, and come and start rocking with us. It don't take much, $69. That's all it takes. Also, I have to tell you guys, man, I don't know if you've been following along, but we have been killing it with our free trade of the week. Has anyone been paying attention to the free trades of the week? Have you not seen the system outperform and just show off? The system is really feeling itself right now. I'm sure you guys have taken notice of that. All right, the signals are legit in here. All right, so if you really want to know the power of the system, just follow along on these free weekly markets that we've been doing, man. You'll see what I'm talking about. But if you really want to feel it, you got to go ahead and put your money where your mouth is, man. Open up that trading account, fund it, come over here and sign up for one of our premium accounts, get that 6-pack, get one for a buddy, and y'all come on over here and learn how to knock this out, man. Don't just sit on the sideline spectating. Get in the game. And with that being said, remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.